Welcome everyone to the OTECH Pros weekly webinar held every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have our OTECH Pros today. We have Bob Takusi, Collins Mana, Vincent Ete, and Oliver Fante, as well as our regular contributor and supporter, Marty DeGarmo. Our topic today is security, identifying phishing and spear phishing. It's a very, very relevant topic, and I think you're going to find it interesting and valuable. So today we begin with Bob Takusi. Go ahead and take the floor.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the globe. I'm speaking to you from Bel Air, Maryland. My name is Bob Takusi, and I am also your friend. It's a pleasure being here with my fellow brothers, Oliver, Vincent, Collins, and of course, our big brother, Marty. Thank you, Auntie Lynn, for your very kind direction of all of us throughout the past almost 5 months. We really appreciate you. Like you said, today we are going to be talking about security with an emphasis on phishing and spear phishing. Security. You see, our founder, Mr. Ash, he has this saying, he has said this more than 50 times. Get ready for the greatest ship of your life. The world is going to know your name. That is true. That is a very true statement. Every single one of us, every single founder, the world is going to know you. But that comes also with the price. Your security. This security does not only involve your logical security, it also involves your physical security. You know, every single one of us, at some point, your physical security is going to be in question. You're going to have to look out for where you are at every moment, because the world will know your name, the world will know you. But when we look at security first from an IT perspective, Mr. Ash Mufare and our guys in Hyderabad, our partners in Hyderabad, they have done their part. They've done an awesome job to protect ONPASSIVE, all of us. They have done the necessary steps, as we see from the outside. ONPASSIVE is like inside an iron dome. It is going to be very difficult. Yes, the security will say, we don't say 100%, we'll say 99 point something percent, like my brother Oliver will always say. But it's going to be very difficult to hit us from the outside. But all of us are inside. All of us, the founders, we are inside. But Mr. Ash and our partners in Hyderabad, they have done their part in making sure that we are secure as a system. From the HR side, even those who are working in the company, all our partners, they go through rigorous background checks to make sure they have the requisite credentials and they are verified. Criminal and professional background checks are done. They sign non-disclosure agreements and they do training to know exactly the system they are working with. That's a form of security. Our buildings are secure. You cannot walk into Hyderabad. You can't just walk in. We have all seen the videos. There's a front desk, there's security, there are door locks, you have badges and CCTV cameras and everything. That's security. With access controls, the CEO told us there are multiple layers of access controls to get into our databases, encrypted, and network security. We have monitoring, firewalls, everything that needs to be done to secure ONPASSIVE. Mr. Ash and our team, they have done it. But now, from us, within, we also have a role to play. All of us, the founders and the employees, those who are inside. There's instances that we might be the first line of defense for the company. Hence the word phishing, or our topic for tonight, for today, phishing or spear phishing. Phishing attacks are the most effective way in which the bad guys, the hackers, the scammers, they target employees or those of us within to get information. They trick you to get their information. Phishing attack, they work to steal your username, your password, corporate information, intellectual property. They can get this information and then use it to cause damage to the company, which could cause reputational harm and even cripple some companies. Some companies collapse, they go down after they have what we call ransomware attacks. They will take your whole system ransom and they ask some amount of money that you cannot pay, and your company goes down. So there are several types of phishing. We have our regular phishing, which is like a general email that is designed to trick people, a group of people. Look at it like a fisherman with a fishing net. You take that net, you go to the river or the stream, you throw the net, and then you grab as many fish as you can. So that's what they do. They just send a broadcast email and they try to fool anyone that will fall prey, and then they release their username and password, and then they can use it now to hold you hostage. Then we have spear phishing. Spear phishing is a highly targeted attack. That the email is sent to you and they trick you for a specific, it could be for a specific individual. Like in the case of us within ONPASSIVE, someone like Mati Degamo or Engineer Kamal, or every single one of those top leaders, from Redfern to Kusminda and all those guys, they will face spear phishing attacks. It's a coordinated, directed target attack that they will come to them and disguise, send them all kinds of tricky emails for them to release information. And then when they do, they use that to hit us. We have what they call whaling. Whaling is another kind of phishing attack. I made a mistake. Engineer Kamal will fall under something like a whaling because he's like a corporate in the corporate, or Ash Mufari, our founder. Whaling is a more sophisticated spear phishing attack where they go over like the executives of a corporation. Mohammed Kamal will receive an email that will seem like it's coming from Ash Mufari. That's an example. It could be like an email that Ash has sent to him. Hey, Mohammed, he's asking for, requesting for some confidential company information, some trade secret, something like that. And if Mohammed is not smart, he can respond to that email with the request. He's a whale. So that's a whaling attack. Then we have something called phishing. Phishing is just a voice, where they call you by phone and try to trick you to release your credentials so they can use it to hack you, to come at you. So it is very important for all of us, the founders and the employees. I'm sure at some point, this is it's an issue that every company is facing. Every company, phishing attempts, because it is the most effective way, like I said, that companies are being hit from the outside. Most companies have created a defense. They have everything that it takes to protect their system, but we human beings, we are vulnerable. So there are some people who are working inside that have no IT knowledge. They are just, what is the word? They are very gullible. You receive an email from someone, you just believe it, and you click a link, and boom. There's something called SQL injection. You can click that link, and then they use it to inject malicious code. Remember, we have applications, and it could destroy our systems. So we every single founder has a little role to play, and that security role is your vigilance. protect yourself, making sure that every single email that you get, it is a legitimate email that you're clicking and you are reading. If you are not sure, ask somebody. So let me give you some 10 things. This is what I'm going to give you about 10 things that you look out for. What I'm giving you is something that we do at where I work, training every day, every 3 months, people are trained to look out for these things. So currently, right now, is what most companies will train their employees or their users of their systems to look out for. Number one, you should be skeptical of the display name of the email that comes to you. You receive an email, you look at the email, look at the name, the email address. You know, you have to confirm that the email address is actually coming from the sender. If you receive an email from ONPASSIVE, from someone, say, hey, hi, Lynn, this is Jane Doe from the corporate office, blah, 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 okay, requesting something from you. You want to look at the email address. Does the email address say janedoe@onpassive.com? If you receive that kind of an email and it says janedoe@gmail.com, would you still click it and respond to the request from that email sender? You should know immediately that that's fake. So you want to look at the email, be skeptical of the name of the email. You have to make sure that that email is actually coming from the right sender. Don't just click. Don't just click. Look at it. Look at the email. Especially if there's an attachment, look at the email, mouse over it, put your mouse over the attachment. You see a link at the bottom left of your screen. You will see some funny characters. Once you see that, know that it's fake. So don't just click. Mouse over it and look at the email. Look at the email detailedly, mouse over it and look. And if you see some strange character, XYZ, some funny characters, you know that is not a good attachment to click. If you click it, it might take you to a different site. Cross-site scripting to just move you to another whole site and mess you up. Another clue to look for: spelling errors are a clue. Most of these hackers, they don't have time. They will write spelling and grammatical errors. They will write an email, read quickly, put it together, you know, send an email blast out and just trying to fish out those that they can. When you see obvious grammatical errors, most companies, they have a communications department with people who understand the language, and they will draft an email and they will read it, they'll cross-check it, they verify a notification that is going out, make sure it's grammatical error proof, and then they send it out. Once you see an email with grammatical errors, that's a clue. And that could be a phishing email. That is a spam email. It's an email that is not good for you. Consider also how the email is addressed to you. You know, if you receive an email from ONPASSIVE, for instance, people are going to be coming from outside. They will disguise. They will send an email. Maybe they will study Mati Degamo. They will study Mati Degamo. They know how he speaks. They understand a few things about him. They will send you an email as if it is from him. You know, but the clue is that they will say, dear founder. They will not know your name. So they will say, dear founder, or dear customer. When they say that, the way they address you, when they say that, dear founder, if it is coming from Marty knows who you are. He will say, dear Bob, hello, Lynn, we are doing this, blah, blah, blah. ONPASSIVE is doing this, blah, blah, blah. So the way they address you, the way you are addressed is a clue. dear customer, dear founder. No. When it's coming from ONPASSIVE, they have your name, they have your information. They will say, dear Mr. Robert Takusi, dear Mr. Collins Manor, dear Oliver Fonte, you know. So they address you personally. So consider how they, once you see an email that addresses you in a vague way, that's a clue that's a phishing expedition right there. You know, personal information is an immediate no. Anytime that you receive an email that is the company is requesting for your personal information, no company does that. Why will ONPASSIVE send you an email asking you for your username that or your personal information or your password or anything? Your personal information, they already have it. They have your name, they have your address, they have where you are, they know everything about us. So anytime that you receive such an email, not only within us, even now that we are now, right now, in your daily lives before ONPASSIVE launches, if you receive an email and someone is asking for your personal information from a company that supposedly is a company that you have a relationship with, that is false. That's a clue that is a phishing email. They are going to take that, your personal information, and then they're going to use it against you. By the time you come back to your account has been taken over, hostage. Time is on your side. Time. Most of these emails that you see, there's a sense of urgency. They're trying to hurry you up, you know. You have 2 days to do this, to change your password, or you have to do, somebody try to change your password. Please click this within 2 hours so that you can reactivate your account and stuff like that. You get those kinds of messages. When you see a sense of urgency, relax. Do your research. Call the office. Use OChat. OChat is going to be able to help you. Ask OChat, is your account okay? OChat is a virtual human. It's almost as close as a human being. And OChat will be able to go into your account right away and verify if everything is okay and tell you. So they use a sense of urgency. Once you realize that this thing is too urgent, know that it's a clue for you to take a break, do your research, and then, you know, find out if it is real or not. Email signature mystery. A real email that is coming to you from ONPASSIVE or any other organization that you have an association with. The sender of that email signs it, and you see their name at the bottom with their title and everything. You know, if it is a comment, if this email is legitimate, you see that signature there. You see they have a signature block. Most of these phishing emails, you see, they just write you an email. You don't even see the name of the person. You know, it's just like something in a hurry. They are trying to disguise things. Once you see that, call somebody. Call the company that you have the customer service number or help desk something. Call. Pause and call. Make a phone call. Don't become attached to anything. You know, scrutinize attachments before opening, like I said before. Long titles, fake looking icons, you know, attachments not expected and stuff like that. If you have an email, you're not expecting an attachment and you see it, don't touch it. Even if you know the person, if you're not expecting an email as such, sometimes one of your colleagues in 2 departments down from an accounting department could send you an email, and then you just look at it, you say, oh, no. If you're not expecting the email, call. Use your inter-office communication to talk to the person before you open it. You know, trust your gut. Trust your gut. If something does not seem right, if you read the email, no matter how good you look at it, this is how Brother Marty speaks. This is how Marty writes. This is his signature. Everything is there. If it doesn't sound right, your gut is usually correct. Trust it. It means it's not. Do your due diligence, make 1 or 2 phone calls. Reach out to him or her in an alternate way. Trust your gut. And lastly, be very, very cautious. Caution is the key. Do not trust any email, especially those of us who are founders of ONPASSIVE. When ONPASSIVE launches, all of us, every single one of us, no matter where you are, how remote you are, in India, in Papua New Guinea, in Africa, as time goes on, each and every one of us are going to lose our anonymity. We are going to be known in our local areas wherever we are. As such, we are targets, our physical security and our logical security. So everything that we do, we have to be very, very, very cautious. Everyone that comes by you physically, some of you are going, someone like Brother Mahdi, I'm sorry, you're going to need security, physical security, upon the launching of ONPASSIVE. Some of us, maybe some years later, you know, so we have to be very, very cautious. It's the key, because there are chances that us, the founders, we could be the first line of defense to our dear company ONPASSIVE. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you. You know, the hints you gave us are very good. You know, for me, I can relate to that because if I see something and there's this little nagging thing that says, wait, that doesn't seem quite right. But
Yeah,
sometimes we think, oh, maybe I'm just a worry wart.
yeah,
Maybe I'm being paranoid. And so you say, oh, it couldn't hurt. And then you click and then you realize, okay, something happened and it's too late, right? So it's
yeah.
better to err on the side of caution
Caution.
as,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, I think that that sense of that intuition that we have,
Yeah,
as you said, trust it, right?
yeah,
If we do, and also I like the hint that you gave about why not check first. So in other words, if you sense something is amiss, why not call the help desk for
yeah,
that company? Right.
yes,
Why not call your or email your colleague or message them
yeah,
and say, did you send an attachment with your email? It
yes,
only takes what, a minute to check,
yeah,
and it might save you a lot of grief.
yeah. I'll tell you
Yeah,
a little quick story.
please do.
You know, and these things happen every day. You know, my sister Marie, you know her, right?
Yes.
I received an email. I spoke with her earlier this morning, but I forgot to even tell her. I received an email from her, but not from her 2 days ago. I just forgot to tell her. A phishing email. Someone sent me an email with her name and with a link to go somewhere. You know, as soon as I received the email, I looked at it. I saw her name. I looked. I put my mouse over the link. I could tell that it's a phishing scam.
Oh,
And then the email address is like some strange person. You see. So as soon as I saw that, I was just like, oh, I just deleted it. I even forgot to tell her.
she's listening now. She's in the,
I hope
she's
she
an
is. Yes.
attendee. She said, I see her. She's here
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So she heard your story.
You know, so, and that is how what is going to happen to most of us. Remember that there are good engineers. There are people who are out there who are developing systems, making things better, using artificial intelligence to do wonders. And there are those who are also using it for bad. So we have to be very, very vigilant and very, very cautious. We'll try. ONPASSIVE is going to guarantee us our security inside our system. You know, but ONPASSIVE cannot guarantee you when once you leave our ecosystem, our environment, and go outside. So you have to be cautious when you're out there.
Yeah, and I think this topic is so important because we see this phishing attempts. I see it every week, sometimes
Yeah,
every day. It's so prevalent. It's in every turn. It's in your text. It's in your
yeah.
email. It's in your
Phone calls.
voicemail. I
Yeah,
mean, it's everywhere.
yeah.
So this topic is relevant to us as founders, but just relevant for everyone
Yes,
globally. So I
yes.
think I'm glad we're addressing the topic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now we go on to Oliver Fonte.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Oliver Fonte. I'm talking from Baltimore, Maryland, the United States. I am your friend. Yeah, my fishing is a very, very important topic. First, let me thank my brother Bob Takusi for that wonderful presentation and the intro. And I my other two brothers will be coming, Vincent and Collins will be coming also. Fishing is something that now that we are moving into this phase to start selling, we are all going to be target. Bob just mentioned we are going to be target. They are going to target us, and we should be careful. Like Bob said, we should be cautious. Be cautious in the sense that they might follow you wherever you go, even at the airport, because those guys, those hackers, they just drive around. Especially we I like coffee. I like this thing how do you call it this thing coffee. I always go there most in the morning when I was talking about Bobby's. I
Starbucks.
drove Starbucks. Yeah, I when Bob called me, I told Bob I'm driving to Starbucks to go get coffee. You know, we should be very, very cautious in those type of environment. At the airport, when you go, when we travel, when you land at the airport, you know, this thing comes up that do you want the airport wireless? They will tell you this site is secure, this site is not secure. Be very careful. Make sure your cell phone, your laptop is secure. Some of us that work from home also, when we travel, yes, our work laptop are secured because the company has the VPN there that secure our laptop, you know, but we still have to be cautious. We still have to be cautious. Our cell phones is not secured. Our cell phones are not secured. So what should we do? Strong password. I would recommend between 15 to 25 characters, numbers, special characters for your password. Make them stronger. When you go around shopping center, those guys are there. Let me give a scenario. There was a Target. Those of us that were here in the United States, Target store. Those bad guys, the hackers went there. There were 4 of them. They went and sat in the parking in the parking. The other ones were inside the store. This was around November Christmas period. 2 of them went in there. 2 of them were in the car. The things that they wanted to buy to go sell out there. The 2 that they were in there, they took the serial number, they scanned the serial number, and then text it to their friends, to the other 2 guys that were in the car. Those other 2 guys that were in the car started changing the prices. After they finished doing what they are doing, they came in there now, bought those things for that cheaper price. So there is one lady, that a cashier, it looks like she bought that particular toy a few days ago. So when they came to her, she said, no, this thing cannot be this price. That is how they got those guys, because they hacked into target their system. It was a whole problem that customers now start like to panic because their credit card information that has been taken. Target now for them to clean their name, they had to pay ransom. So we should be careful. We should be careful when we go out there to go buy, especially use our credit card, because those hackers, they are smart. They are smart guys. They are IT guys also. Yeah, we do have AI also. That AI has come. We use AI for the AI security is also very powerful. But they are also now using AI to hack. They are also using AI to hack. So what I'm saying is this: be very cautious wherever you go. If you go to any family member's house, the first thing, if you want to use their house network, ask, is your house network secured? What I do, I ask for the password. When I look at the password, it's a long password. I say, okay, fine. One other thing that I also recommend, I know my brother Bob has given a lot of how attacks are going to come in. I will be more on the how we are going to protect ourselves. When we that we are here in the United States, we have T-Mobile, we have AT&T, we have Verizon. It's $4 extra for security, for them to secure your house network, because now it comes from the web, the internet. Don't trust anything that comes from the internet space. Don't trust it, because pay that $4 or $5 for any of those providers for them to encrypt your house network, especially when you do have Alexa. Most people do have Alexa in the houses that control their doors and all the music. We use our TV, that's LCD, high def, that we go there, TV, like whenever I want to watch 360, I stream it from my TV. At times when Ash is talking, I stream it from my TV. This is YouTube also. Those are venues that it comes from the internet. So if your house network is not secured, they will come through there, YouTube, Alexa, and they will capture you. So make sure your security. If you don't work from home, make sure you have an antivirus. Security antivirus. Don't buy any kind of antivirus. Look for security antivirus, internet antivirus. When you go to the store to buy antivirus, ask for internet security antivirus. It's a little bit expensive, but it's better because you secure your house network. It's now that we have our own virtual, it's a good thing. VPN. Because with our own virtual, when you buy it, you install it, our virtual comes with it's AI virtual, which is going to be good. But when you want to go out now, also be careful. I know we have OPAL that is also coming up. That's our own part of WhatsApp that is coming up. It's encrypted end to end, the communication. We should make sure we have all those things in place. We do shop. The other day I talked in Owinners, I talk about we started talking about phishing. You are going to have envoys that they'll text to you. Be careful. Just delete. If you look at the envoys, it's not something that you know about. Just trash it. Ladies like to shop online. Be very careful the way you give your credit card information out there. Be very, very careful. I'm a traditional person. When I want to go to the store, I can go online and I can go to Nordstrom. If I want to get electronic Best Buy and look at the prices, I go to the bank, collect the money cash. Because I don't trust any store anymore. Maybe it's because I'm a security person, I take extra precaution. I go to the bank, I get the money cash with extra $50 on it. Go to the store, pay cash. I will not swap my card. Because those bad guys, they are around grocery stores, supermarket, those big stores that guys go there. We are going to be famous. Like our CEO said, we are going to be famous. The world will know you. They might follow you around. When you go to those big stores, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, you swap your card. They can penetrate. And when they get your card information, you're finished. So we should take extra precaution and be cautious how we do use our cards. I was in my house 2 weeks ago because I used T-Mobile for my cell phone. I see they sent me T-Mobile. Everything looked like exactly like T-Mobile website. They sent me some gadget. Those gadgets, T-Mobile don't even deal with those type of gadget. That was the first thing I picked. They said to check one from $149. I will buy it for $69. Then when you click, they'll send you now to your bank information. What I do for you people to hack me, I'll instead punish you guys. I go to that where the bank account, I'll just put any kind of number there, send it. They will pay $5. You will not hack me. So these are the precautions that we need to take. Shop online is a good thing, but be very cautious the way you put your bank information. And when they hack your system through your email, like my brother Bob just said, when they hack your system, your email, get your email, everybody that is on your contact is at risk. Everybody that is on your contact is at risk. When you feel anything that they've tampered with your email or whatever, change the password immediately. Just change the password. If possible, if you can even change the username, change it and change the password immediately. We like to go to social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. Those are the social sites that they go to target some of us. Like Bob just talked about Maddie. All the time, YouTube. We use Messenger all the time, Facebook. Some of us that we are professional LinkedIn. You have TikTok now also. We should be careful the way we go in there. All my advice is that make sure you have a very powerful password. Mix them with numbers, characters, letters. It should be even, some people say 8. I don't go for 8. Mine is 25. Mine is 25. They might also come to texting. They'll text you. They might text you that this airline has this offer for this. Don't fall for that. If you want to buy your air ticket, go to the airline website and buy your ticket. Because they will text you that this airline ticket is going for this price. Don't fall for it. We should be extra cautious the way we want to do or handle our information, especially online. Don't trust anything that comes from the internet space. Do not trust anything that comes from the internet space. Like Bob just said, that our own system, ONPASSIVE system, is secured. Yes, we cannot give 100%, but now it's you as an individual, as a founder, that you are a target. Make sure you take extra precaution, especially for our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers that with their back home, Africa, and some other PNG. We should be careful, because about data, the internet, just because you want to access your wallet, you can go somewhere to go and sit, or you go and beg somebody's laptop to do it. Please don't do it. I know it's difficult because financially they don't have money to buy for more data, but when you start getting money, please go for a good laptop and make sure you get antivirus to protect your system. We also have bad guys in companies that they work, like Bob also mentioned. Those bad guys that work in there, they will not use their name. They will take those information and give it to their friends outside, so they cannot identify them, so that their friends that are out there, out of the company, do their job, then ask for ransom. That's why our CEO mentioned one thing last time, that they don't know, and not everybody know what the next person is doing, because they divide the work based and give you privileges based on your responsibility. So as the company is taking theirs or precaution, we should also take our personal precaution, because we are going to be targeted. They are going to target us. We should be careful. That's why we are preaching all this. We are preaching all this. One, please go buy antivirus, internet antivirus, security. That one is expensive. Buy it and install it on your laptop. When we go live, OVirtual is out. Also use OVirtual, our VPN. When you travel, please be very careful the way you want to access the airport internet network. Be very careful the way you want to access it. Neither on your laptop or on your phone. Be very careful, because you don't trust anything that comes from the internet space. Password. Make sure you have stronger password with special characters and letters and number. Mix them. Angeline, thank you.
Thank you. I have a question about, when you're traveling and then you're using your phone or your device, can people come into your system because you're not at home and can they come in?
Yes, if your laptop or your phone is not encrypted, doesn't have antivirus protection, that gadget is vulnerable for threat.
Oh.
I'm saying because I know a lot of us will be traveling when we start making the apples. A lot of us will be traveling, so we should take that extra precaution, because most airport that I know, they do have free wireless.
Yeah, at the airport, like
At
for
the airport,
example.
they do have free wireless at the airport.
That's dangerous, right?
It's dangerous because though they said that it's secured, how far are you sure it's secured? It's good to have your own personal security on your gadget than to use public, or you go to Starbucks, they have their own, they have free wireless. They say it's secured. How far is it? How far are you sure it's secured? So it's good to have your own secure your own personal gadget. Secure your own personal gadget, and I also recommend again, get a stronger password. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's good advice. Thank you. I see we have Mike Ellis in the house. I'd like to bring him to the floor.
Hi, Oliver. How you doing? Pumped up as usual.
I know, Mike. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. A quick question for you. You talk about internet security antivirus. And when you go and pick up an antivirus for your gadgets,
I have one here.
That's the top one right there.
Yep. This is secure.
Secure anywhere.
Yeah. This is Internet Security Plus that I bought.
Okay, should maybe bring it closer to the camera so people can. Yeah, there we go. A little higher.
Yep.
A little backwards. Come a little back. There we go. Stay right there. Everybody can see that.
Okay. Internet Security Plus.
Yeah.
WebRoot, is that the name of the company? WebRoot?
Yes, WebRoot. Yeah.
But that's a good one.
It's about $60-something. Then you have others that are about $100 or 70, 50, but go for the one that it says internet security. It should be internet security.
Is that like a one-time fee or an annual fee?
No, it's a one year.
1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how most of them are.
Yeah.
You pay every year.
You pay every year.
Big deal.
Yeah. So what about me? I have an iPhone. I think we don't use those things. I think
you have some of them that they will tell you that you can use it on your cell phone. Because it comes, you can use it on 5 different gadgets. Like this one, I can use it on 5 different gadgets.
Turn upside down.
Oh, I can use this on 5 different gadgets.
Oh, that's not bad.
And it's 1 year renewable.
So you have 5 licenses.
You have 5 licenses, yes.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
And if you look that online, do you look up security anywhere? Oliver, or would you look up the?
I would not like to advise anybody to buy it online. I bought this one in Best Buy. Go to any store, any electronic store. Get this, and then they'll give you their download link and a passcode.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important for everybody, because
this is the passcode that they walk me through, and it has a passcode there that you put it in. You know, there's it.
Yeah, you know, this is our personal business. You're responsible for this stuff, and we've got the tech pros here that will guide you into those products that will help you secure your business. ONPASSIVE is secure. I don't worry about ONPASSIVE.
Yep.
It's the individual that comes in, doesn't do what they need to do. All of a sudden, like you talked about, Oliver, they get hacked. Now you've got a ransom on there. Maybe they've got $3 million in their account and they can't get to it because the guy's ransoming them.
Yes.
Even if it's 30,000, that's okay too. I think that's a little light, but that's okay. But yeah, you don't want these individuals to get a hold of your business. It is your business. You need to take care of these things. That's terrific, Oliver. Absolutely love it.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that question, because I can tell you a lot of us need that information. So thanks, Mike. All right, now we go on to, are you done, Oliver, with your presentation?
Yes, I'm done.
More to say?
I'm done.
Okay. All right, so now we go to Vincent.
Okay. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. And thanks to my brothers, Oliver and Oliver and Bob, for the wonderful presentation. Hello to Collins. Hello to Mark Ellis. Hello to Matty. So today the presentation is the security, phishing, and spear phishing. So I know Bob talked about the common type of phishing, but what I would say about the phishing today, phishing is among the biggest cyber threat facing organization. So one of the most, I would say, frustrating thing about this is that most people know what phishing is and how it works, but many still get caught out. So the growing sophisticated, of phishing scam has contributed to that as well. So I might say all the phishing, they have the same objective. So all they're looking for is to steal our personal data and infect our devices. So, but there are now countless ways to do that. So like Bob said it, we have email phishing, spear email phishing, so many of them. We have something like walling, like CEO fraud, smishing, and phishing. So many of them. And then I know Oliver and Bob spoke long about this phishing, so I don't want to also go through about that again. So what I would say, I will just speak for maybe a few minutes about how to avoid phishing scams. So in simple way to avoid phishing scam is just keeping update the latest phishing technique. So we should know about all the phishing technique. My two brothers told about that. So you have to keep them update. And then this is one of the techniques to avoid the scams. Thinking twice before to click a link when you get an email, phishing email or spear email. You have to think twice. Make sure that you know the origin before you click the link. Also installing anti-phishing toolbar. When you go to the website, you can search about that. We have some anti-phishing toolbar. You can do that also to avoid phishing scams. Also verify a site security system, like how to verify the site security system, ensuring that the site URL begin with HTTPS. Also looking for a close look lock icon. Sometimes when you want to buy something on the website, you have to see that there's a lock icon near the address bar. If you don't see that, be careful. That means there's something no, it's not right. So you have to be careful as well. So always when you do internet shopping, you come to buy, you want to put your credit card or bank details, you have to make sure that you get that lock. So that log showing that there's a security, so you can go ahead. So if you don't see that, make sure that it's not through website, so it's a scam. So we have also to checking the site security certificate. So this is something also is very common and happen. So for me, I think it's also prudent not to download any file or attachment from suspicious website. So if you know you're not sure about the website, don't do any attachment, don't download anything from that, because most of the time we can also get the scam from the attachment or downloading sometime. That's also, they steal your information as soon as you go close to those download or attachment. So be careful when you see that. Be prudent not to do that as well. Okay, keeping the browser up to date. So something also is also looking to go to do that as well. And then never giving out your personal information. So like some people call you to ask you your personal information, especially on the net or maybe on the phone. Never give out your personal information, because all these, they are scammers. They are sitting there to get your information. So using firewall, we have two essential type of firewall. We have a desktop firewall, and then we have a network firewall, because as an individual, I know we cannot afford to have a network firewall, but as an individual, we can also look for desktop firewall and then install the desktop firewall to protect yourself and protect your computer. And also looking for antivirus on the net, the best antivirus to protect yourself and protect your computer. And also the last thing, you can back up your computer regularly. Like if you have a maybe external drive or USB pen drive, you can back up regularly your data from your computer, so that when anything happen, you can use also those information to restore your back, because the virus or phishing can happen, or scammers can happen to your computer anytime. So it's better you do that also for security reason, and then anytime you need it, you can get your information back, because sometimes when they hack your computer, they hack all the information from, sometimes even they destroy your computer, your desktop can destroy it completely, so you cannot have access to your computer anymore. So backing your information from your personal computer, you can use it in case your problem, you have an issue with your hard drive, you can get the information to restore the information back. So I'll leave it there to give a chance to my brother Collins also to say something. Okay, thank you, Angeline.
Thank you. I have a question. You know, I like to shop online, and I'm sure quite a few women shop online like me. So I don't remember seeing a lock when I shop. What is that? A lock icon, or is it a button? What is that lock about?
The lock, I was talking, the lock icon, you know, the lock icon. When you go to the website, you want to purchase something, and then you come to your, put in your credit card information, close to the HTTP, you should see a lock icon come to the URL.
Oh,
you see if
I never noticed
URL,
that.
you always check the lock icon. You know the lock icon, the lock icon near the URL. If you don't see that,
Oh,
is yeah. So always check that.
okay.
When you come to enter your security, your bank data, check there if you don't see the lock icon. So is yeah,
Wow.
because yeah, that's sure that is
I
locked
never, I shop all the time,
and
and
then secure. Yeah,
I never noticed the lock icon. So
yeah.
if there's no
Always check,
like
because
icon, don't shop right there. If
yeah.
there's no
If
lock,
you don't see
okay.
that there, yeah.
Oh
So
my
don't
So
shop.
gosh.
let me share my screen so Vincent can show you straight away.
Okay, thank you.
I'll share my screen so you see it. I've just been to the Amazon site.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see, share. Is that? So this is what Vincent is saying. Can you see the icon?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never noticed it all these years.
Yeah. So if you
Can't
don't
believe
see
it.
this, you have to
Yeah.
be very, very careful. There's a lock there.
Oh,
Just want to share that. All right.
thank you. Thank you so much. So would you say that the majority of shopping sites have a lock? Like 99% of them have a lock? Oh, wait, you're muted, Vincent.
Sorry, when you
Oh, sorry. Try again. Unmute, please.
when you come to put in your credit card information, if you don't see the lock, that means you have to be careful before you put your information there. Yes.
Don't shop there. What you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
be
don't
careful.
shop
I mean,
there.
don't
Yeah,
shop there.
yeah,
Okay, I got it.
yeah,
Oh, you're going to save me a lot of grief. So thank you
yeah.
so much.
Mhm.
All right. At this time, I see Mike Ellis wants to come down. So
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on down. Yes, yes.
You don't get off that easy, Vincent. We still have some questions for you. Um, just very, very quickly, you get some stuff sent to you through your email. You're not sure what it is, but you want to take a look at it. Does opening that email put you at risk? Or is it just clicking on a link going to another page?
If you're not sure about the link of the email, I advise not to click the email.
Okay, don't even open it.
Don't even open it. Don't even
Okay.
open it. And then you have to report you have to report it. So don't even click on the link, because if you're not sure about the email, if you're not sure, don't even open it. You can click from your email as a spam, click as a spam, and then the email go to the spam.
Okay.
Okay,
There's an
so
option
so what I'm saying is, what I need to ask is, if I see an email and I'm curious, I want to know what it says. If I click that email message just to see what it says, does that make me vulnerable,
no,
or is it
if you
only
can
after
see
I click a link?
yeah,
Yes,
if you open the email, like the emails that you have opened the email, always
it's
there's
okay.
attachment, and then there's a link inside the email. So those one, don't touch it, don't click it.
Okay.
You can open
So
your email, but when the
okay.
email is open, you see that someone, let's say I send you an email, and then you're not sure about where the email comes from. And then that email, inside the email, you see attachment or another link. They ask you to click the link inside the email. Never click, and then never click also the attachment. Do you understand why? I mean, let's say I send you an email, you open the email, and then inside my email, you see attachment, or maybe a link inside my email. So avoid clicking both of them. That's where the scammers use to scam people.
So you can open the email, just don't click anything within the email.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I've got one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Oliver just talked about the internet security antivirus. You just talked about having a firewall within your security system. Are those two different things? And do you need two different programs, one for the security antivirus and one for the firewall, or do they come combined?
Okay, what Oliver mentioned is the internet security. So this is go to the internet security to secure your internet. So anytime you are on the internet, Oliver said, you secure your internet environment, and then you are protected. Your system is protected. All your internet connection, anywhere you go, you search the internet, you are protected with all Oliver showed you. But what I was talking, the firewall is the Windows security system. It comes with Windows. So when you go to your Windows Microsoft operating system, there's this area of your firewall, so you can tick the firewall to protect your computer, your desktop, for the Microsoft Windows firewall. So this is what you protect your computer. So it's in the Microsoft operating system. Every single operating system comes with a firewall. So this is because by default, when you buy when the OS installed on your computer, you haven't ticked that the firewall is installed on your computer. So you need to go into the system and then tick the firewall. And then once the firewall is ticked, that means your operating system is protected with the outside world. But in the corporate computers, we use a network firewall. So like on ONPASSIVE, we have a network firewall. We protect all the ONPASSIVE system. By your individual computer, you can go to the OS and then activate your firewall.
So the answer is no, we don't need a separate program for a firewall.
The firewall,
it's there. We just have to make sure it's turned on.
Yeah, it's turned on. Yeah, that's
you just
correct.
have to enable it.
Yeah, enable it.
Have to enable it.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question then I use Apple products, so I have an iMac desktop. I think we don't have to check that. I think Apple's have the firewall inside already, I think.
Yeah, Apple have a firewall inside already. What I said is those who are using Microsoft Windows operating
Okay.
system. Yeah, by
Okay.
Apple is a different system, and then it's more secure than Microsoft. So don't worry too much about using Apple or MacBook or Apple laptop yet.
Thank you for that clarification.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
And
Our,
also, real quick,
oh,
most of the latest Windows systems that are coming out, they come in with default security. So we don't really need to worry too much about the security of the systems. By default, they come with all the security bells and whistles that we need, that your systems needs.
what comes with those systems?
The Windows, the latest
Latest.
Windows
Oh,
versions.
if
the
you buy a
operating system,
PC, right? If you
you
buy
buy
a
a PC or your laptop, yes.
Laptop, yeah.
The latest ones, they are all secure. They come with security. Even some of them are even AI enabled. Security.
very sophisticated compared
Yeah.
to decades ago. I remember having to buy things to make my computer safe,
Yeah.
but now I think it's much easier.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
as all of us upgrade, as Mr. Ash said, we should upgrade our devices. When you upgrade, that's what you actually do. You get more security too.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. All righty. Vincent, did you finish your presentation? Oh, you're muted.
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I
Okay,
did.
you're done. All
Mm.
right, so now we go to Collins, Mana.
Thank you, Lynn. That was a great presentation, Yeah, so just want to thank my brother Bob, Oliver, Vincent, you guys have just delivered everything. I don't think there is really much again for me to say because everything is just there, full package. And my colleagues just asked a lot of questions. So just to round up and conclude, whatever they've said here is true. It happens day in, day out. People lost money because of clicking on malicious site and answering telephone calls that are not designated to you. So what they've already said is just for you to protect yourself. Within the ONPASSIVE ecosystem, you are well protected because every security is there, but it's only when you take everything out, as Bob said, we will be targeted. We are just 1% of the total internet space. We are coming in the spotlight where everybody will be protected. The more you make much money, you'll be targeted. But it's your own responsibility to take care to make sure your devices are secured, which internet space you are using, they are all secured. It is incumbent on you, not on ONPASSIVE, because I know there are a lot of people, when they will lose things, they'll be shouting, my goodness, ONPASSIVE do this, but they forget to know that they withdraw what you withdraw to their bank account. Even your bank account is secured, but it's when you are moving the transaction, that is when they phish you from one side to the other. That is where phishing takes place. They can recognize your mouse movement. These people are so smart. Mouse movement, they can read every algorithms of your mouse and know where you are pushing, and they will just do that. Bra Bob talk about SQL injection. Things can happen like that where they can write malicious string of code, just try to get like valuable information. So we just have to be protected, as Oliver said. Make sure you have the latest antivirus and stuff like that, internet antivirus, and make sure your firewall is most secure. Your laptop, whatever gadget you are using, it must be secure. Don't click on anything, even if you trust the person. For instance, this Bra Oliver sometimes called me, Bra Bob called me, but if there is something, an email from Bra Oliver, I know Bra Oliver don't regularly send me email. I have to call him and say, I received an email from you. Did you send me email? I will not go and click on it because it's Bra Oliver. No, I have to make sure the email, because if I'm doubtful, because sometimes people don't even really know how to go and check it and make sure the URL or all of those things, they correspond. But please just call the person. One quick call. I received an email from you. Even if someone called you, what you do, sometimes a malicious number can call it or drop. It happens here a lot. HMRC, like call you are owing the inland revenue, the government. If you don't come in 2 days' time, though, you'll be arrested. People used to receive call like that, and they'll hurriedly go and give money. They'll hurriedly go and give money. It happened in the United Kingdom that you owe this and the Queen is coming after you. No government body will write you or call you on phone. They will send a letter to you and say you are owing them. They will never call you on the phone and say, if you don't pay this money within 1 hour, you'll be arrested. They will never do it. Don't pick call. Don't click the button. Say, press 1 for this. If you are not sure, please don't do it. The moment you do it, they get hold of you. They just capture everything, and they will not get only you. They will get even your family member from that numbers and start to call them. You know, so we just have to be careful, as our brother have said here. We are coming now, you know, to the well, and we just have to be ready, because they will come after you. The guys will come. They are too smart. They will come after us. So just want to thank you, Antiline, and I'll leave it there.
I know that we've all experienced what you just shared. You know, for example, these con artists will call someone and say, so-and-so is in prison in this certain country, because they know that person went to that country on vacation or whatever. And they say they're in prison and they need money to be bailed out. So can you send money right away? I'm calling on behalf of that person who's in prison. So that's constantly, you know, we're waiting victims. So we have to have defenses up. And in our case as founders, we're not only defending ourselves, but as we said, we are the first line of defense to protect ONPASSIVE. And so the more we have an educated foundership, the better for each and every one of us. You know, we want to protect Ashmafara and protect ONPASSIVE, as well as protect ourselves. So I think this topic today has been a very valuable one. At this time, we'd like to have Mike Ellis come on down.
Hi, Collins.
Go ahead.
Hello, Mike.
How you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
You know, you guys spark so many questions that I just have to come on and ask them. And you can answer this one, Collins. And if you can't, I know someone else will be able to. We talked about backup. So we back up all our information on our computer. Okay, everything's backed up on a separate place. All of a sudden, a hacker comes in, they get into our computer, they send the malware through it, and they ask for a ransom. Can we just throw that computer away, bring our backup onto a new computer, and do business as usual?
Yeah, so, you know, it depends on how normally when they hack your computer, they can destroy the hard drive, because these guys, they are computer literate. You know, so but if your computer is not really damaged, as said, the only thing you can do is to run the antivirus, or you can go up. There is a way you can go to factory reset everything, and it will just clear everything back, and then you run back your backup, you put everything.
Let's say I can't do that. Let's say my computer, they got it. They got that computer. Can I throw that computer away, buy a brand new computer, and then bring that information on the new computer?
100% sure. Yes, you can buy it and then bring that the computer. Yes, because you already have the backup on your hard drive. You bring it back straight away.
And what that does is that it prevents people from coming in and trying to hold you up. You either give us the money or we won't release your computer. And my response is, you can have the computer. I just threw it away, bought a new one, and uploaded all my information. I don't care what you do. That would be my response to those individuals.
100% true, Mike. That you are 100% right.
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. I think at this time we have some questions in our Q&A section. So it would be appropriate to entertain those questions. The first one we have is written in French, and I know that Oliver as well as Vincent are French speakers. So if you could just read it and screen it to see if it's relevant to today's topic. But we'll go on next to Colonel Daniel Lee, who says, how many founders are spies, hackers, scrapers, phishers? What security has been taken to secure inside the network that is trusted, tried, proven? This subject is extremely important. Online or personal security is every founder's business. So any one of you can go ahead and address that one.
The question is asking for what security is taken inside the network.
Yes, and then how many founders are spies, hackers, scrapers, and phishers?
Good question. Number one, I know that we have there's a special There's a special team of penetration testers. There are ethical hackers that we have. Mr. Ash had told us that. So we have a specialized team that is also working on making sure that they can break the system at all times. And as soon as they hack, they find any loopholes, we fix. So the questioner should know that, yes, we do have people who are out there actually working on making sure that this system is never hackable. If they find anything, any loophole, any vulnerability, they alert the developers, the engineers, and they fix it right away. So we have that. This a specialized team. Now, in terms of the security protocols that we have in place, I mean, like I said earlier, even from the beginning of the inception, look at our human resource security. We're starting from our human resource security. Even the people who are working for us before they come into ONPASSIVE, these engineers, they go through a rigorous human resource process. First of all, they make sure they have the requisite credentials to work for ONPASSIVE. They have the credentials. They go through a background check. They check their professional experience. They check their criminal background. They sign confidentiality agreements, NDAs, and then they are trained. You know, then we have access control to. You cannot access our system anyhow. Mr. Ash told us we have layers upon layers of access controls in place, and then our database is 100% encrypted. Most companies don't do that. We have 100% encryption of our database. That means even if you you come through, which is very unlikely, you get to the database, you cannot get anything. When we talk of encryption, we mean there's information that is inside is unreadable. They scramble it such that you cannot read. You have to have a specialized logical key to get access to that information, and you don't have it, you know. And he talked about we have firewalls in all the regions. We have firewalls that are preventing, making sure they are examining the packets that are coming in to make sure only those who need to come in, they come in. They're examining everything. We have, you know, monitoring and logging the system, and then we have AI. Artificial intelligence as a discipline itself comes with default security. It has detective capabilities and it can prevent attacks, you know. So this, as a matter of fact, like I said before, ONPASSIVE is inside an iron dome, okay? It is going to be very difficult for someone from outside to hit us. The problem is this phishing that we're talking about. Those of us who are inside, like Mike Ellis is going to be a target. You're going to receive emails from someone like Mike Ellis. Look at it exactly. You think that this is from Mike Ellis asking for information, and then you say, "Oh, Mike." You open it, you click the link, and then they hold you ransom, like he's saying. You know. So I'll leave it there. Maybe Oliver has a few things to.
Yeah. Let me add. We should not bother. We, the founder, should not bother about ONPASSIVE security.
ONPASSIVE security. Yeah.
Think about yourself. How do you want to protect yourself online? That is the question you have to ask yourself. Don't bother about ONPASSIVE security, because ONPASSIVE security is fine. I think the CEO has been talking about our security for some time now. You know, when we had a topic about data center, he talked about it. When we had a topic about encryption, how to secure our network, he came and he talked about it also. He assured us what we were talking on that topic from outside. He came and assured everybody that all what the OTECH Pro are saying about the security is true. But let me add, because, you know, we are not inside. So our security, like Bob said, is fine. Think about you, myself. How am I going to secure myself if I'm traveling? My house network, you know, those are the things you should worry about. Because with ONPASSIVE, we are fine. Secure your personal self, because ONPASSIVE will not come and secure your laptop. ONPASSIVE will not come and secure your cell phone. You know, thank you.
Okay.
Let me just add. All right.
Okay. So what Oliver is saying is true, because what we are talking here, we are not saying for ONPASSIVE. We are saying for all people participant here to protect our personal devices or our laptop or our mobile phone, laptop. This is what we are talking. That's to awareness, to warn our ONPASSIVE to be aware of the danger in the internet world. So what we are saying is to protect yourself against your internet world and then against your computer you are using. But what we are saying is not ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE, we have the best security system. And then all the best security, like the firewall I was talking, the firewall, we have a network firewall, and then we have a desktop firewall. So what ONPASSIVE is the network firewall, the most expensive. So our system are full protected. We are not worried about that. So what we need to do is worry about ourselves. So not to repeat what my brother said, our handy there is worrying about ourselves, our internet world. That's most important. Police.
Yeah, you just take it from my mouth. So you just already said it. So one of the things I wanted, Bob mentioned very important security here when we talk about the encryption of ONPASSIVE end-to-end. The whole database is encrypted. That's one of the most difficult things to do. Most companies don't do that, not because they cannot do it, but do you know the reason why they don't want to do it? It is because of performance issue. When you encrypt the whole database, the downside is performance. ONPASSIVE have overcome performance. When you log into your back office, what do you see? It's just like light. You just go straight in with that encryption. That's why a lot of companies, because that's the big challenge Mr. Ashmufara have gone through, to encrypt the whole thing and then make sure they deal with performance. Because you know, anything you do in IT, there is always a downside. But ONPASSIVE have ticked all those boxes because they know what they are doing. So as Oliver said, you guys shouldn't worry about ONPASSIVE, worry about your personal security. How do you secure your own self? Because when you are in the ecosystem, you are fine. But what happens when you are out of ONPASSIVE ecosystem? Mr. Ashufara will not come to your house and protect you. They will not go to somewhere and protect you. ONPASSIVE cannot police the whole world. You have to take care of your own self. And that's why I just want to throw it out there. Please forget about ONPASSIVE, worry about yourself, because ONPASSIVE, you are fine, as Oliver said.
All right, great discussion. I see Marty DeGarmo is now in the house and he can take the floor.
Yep, very good, very good. And what everybody's saying is, once you enter the world of ONPASSIVE, you're safe. It's that simple. What they're talking about is before you get there and while you're not there. And I'll give you a couple examples because they happened to me. I got an email. No, it wasn't even an email the first time. I was surfing online. I got a notification came on my screen, a light flashing, and said, "You've been hacked. Push this button to get out of it." Not knowing the button is the hack. They talked me into clicking on it, so I did, like a blockhead. So as soon as I clicked it, now I'm hacked. I realized as soon as I did it, I went, uh-oh, this isn't good. So I clicked it, and then I shut off my computer. And lucky enough, I went through all the hard drive and found it. But it's not easy, and I was really lucky because you're looking for a needle in a haystack. But I got rid of it. Another one is, this happens, is you'll get an email. It'll be like these guys said, it'll be from Mike. I talk to Mike every day. Looks like Mike's email. I answer it. I open it. And then it says something like click here and whatever. Now, if you get that feeling like this don't look right, you're 100% right. It's not right. Don't click it. What's the worst thing that can happen? Mike calls me on the phone and says, "Why didn't you open my email?" Then I know it's okay. Otherwise, if you do, there's a chance now you've got some bug in your computer, knowing everything that's going on. This is how people get hurt. The main part of this meeting is protecting you outside of ONPASSIVE, because Mr. Mufar knows way more than we do. He's been doing what me and Mike have even been doing a long time. He was a master at it. And one of the problems was security inside of a platform. I've been in companies that actually got a virus. People were paid wrong, the money didn't go right, and that's because they weren't ready. Nobody's more ready than Ashmufara. You know, if he puts a firewall up, trust me, it makes the Great Wall of China look like a freaking picket fence. Okay, so that's who he is, though, and don't worry about that part. And like Bob said, or Collins, I'm not sure, he hired a staff to hack the company. We're making something. Okay, you and you try to get in. If they get in, I got in. How? And they tell them, and they make it better. So that part of it, we got it made. All this isn't to scare people, okay? Yeah, Mac's more secure. You don't hear about Mac's getting attacked. On my computer, I have a PC, which is Windows, right? I got a company called ESET. Now, the reason I got ESET is because that's what Facebook uses. Pretty cheap. It doesn't use a lot of memory, and it has a firewall built in and all that. But it's getting better. Even the home computers are getting better. But you want to be safe and do everything these guys said. And then when you go to get your new computer, or you're online, or you're getting a router, look for that extra security. This is true. When that says upgrade, he doesn't mean just your computer, he means the protection. So that's all I got.
Thank you very much. Let's go to back to the Q&A. I see Latoya Belgrave Francis from USA has a suggestion. She said, allowing the company to automatically generate your password regularly is a good idea. They are easier to memorize, and you won't have to worry about avoiding the use of personal information in your password. Any comments on or reaction to that? Was that a good suggestion from Latoya? IT guys, you agree with that?
I will not agree on that. I would prefer to generate my own password. You know, in security, like we said, we don't trust anybody. We don't trust anybody when it comes to security. I will not allow that the system to generate me a password. It's a good thing. Some people would like to, but me as a security person, I take all my precautions. I will generate my own password so that I know I have control over it. Yeah.
Let me add to that and why it's not a good thing. What if that system is hacked and those passwords are grabbed?
Oh,
Not a
yeah,
good idea.
that's a good point.
Not at all a good idea.
Yeah,
I
Bobby
know,
just
did
nailed
it,
it.
I think I remember, I don't know, maybe a decade ago, remember when Target, it's a store in the United States, it got hacked. And according to Target, it took a while for them to admit it, but they did tell us after the fact they got hacked. And they had millions upon millions of their customers' data. Anybody that requested a Target card, and that was me, because it's a debit card with no interest on it. So it's like most people say, yeah, I want it. Never did I think that my security would have been compromised just through getting a Target card. I was appalled. So now these hackers had my name, my address, my email, my phone number. And my passwords, I assume. It was a nightmare. Collins, what were you going to say?
I just agree with what Bob said, that it's not a good idea. I agree with what Oliver too said, because normally your computer can be hacked, and that's it. You just got that password. And that's why when you reset your password from your back office, I always advise most of the founder to go straight and change it to the password you want. Don't leave it 1 or 2 days. And because if your computer is vulnerable to attack, they hack it, they've got your password. Just change it immediately. So yeah, it's not a good idea.
And most system also always suggest that with this password, change it to your own personal password. You know, they always suggest that you change to your own personal password. Yeah.
Right. Very good information for everyone.
Hey
We
guys,
go on. Go ahead,
guys,
Mike.
yeah, do you want to leave those passwords in your computer or have them off the computer on a separate page? I think I know the answer to that, but I'll let you answer it. In other words, you don't want your passwords in your computer where someone can come in, grab them like Bob said, and then they have all your passwords.
Yeah, so you can write them down and then delete it. But again, when you delete it, where does it go? It goes to your delete folder. It means you have to go to your delete folder and delete it again.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Chrome offers you a way to save all of your passwords that you've ever had. And many of us say yes, because when we forget our passwords, we just go to Chrome. But what if can Chrome get hacked, and everybody who has ever saved their password there, can those passwords be stolen by hackers? Or is this not likely?
That's why you have to trust yourself. Don't let any machine or anybody take control over your password or whatever. You trust yourself.
Yeah.
When it
You know,
comes to
there are password companies. In other words, you pay a fee, and this password company will hold your passwords for you and make it easily accessible to you. Those are probably not a good idea to do either, right? So all the things I've been doing wrong all these years,
Yeah.
because I thought that was a good thing to do. All right,
Yeah.
now I know not a good thing. Okay.
You know, you can have an unscrupulous employee. Most of these hacks and all that, you have what we call the insider threat. You have people who are working from inside, but they are, I think Oliver mentioned this earlier, they are the ones giving the information outside.
Yeah.
So the person this company that you think they have your passwords and everything, you might have an unscrupulous guy working in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they give that information outside, and they use it to phish you or to hack your system and enter into your account and cause havoc.
Yeah.
Or they could
Not a good
blackmail
idea.
you as well, right?
You
They
can
could
blackmail you as
blackmail.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
You,
good to know. Yeah.
you know, guys, when Ash tells us that we are going to be the hunted, he's right. People are going to be hunting us
Yeah.
for Unpassive, come into Unpassive to benefit from Unpassive. But we're also the hunted from those illegal individuals that want to come in and steal from us.
Of course.
Yes.
We will be the hunted. Each and every one of you that are on this webinar today, you will be the hunted, and these guys want to come after you because you're going to have substantial income in places where they want to get to. So yeah, we will be the hunted.
Thanks.
Right.
Okay. All right, we're going to go on to the next question. And this is from George Lukakamwa in Uganda. I would like to know whether our own AI email will also be easily prone to phishing, considering the fact that we shall have AI embedded in our email. Thank you.
So we've already talked about ONPASSIVE ecosystem. Once you are in ONPASSIVE ecosystem, you are free from hacking. That's why we don't have spam folder. We don't have all of those things, because the AI can dictate malicious email, kick them all out before it even get to you. But what we are trying to educate people here, we said forget about ONPASSIVE as in ONPASSIVE. Now it's your life out of ONPASSIVE. Within ONPASSIVE, you are safe. But what happens when you are out of this? The education we are giving here about as phishing is about your life out of ONPASSIVE. You go to your bank, you withdraw your money, you buy something online. On another side, you are trying to do something on different website, giving your bank details, giving all of those, useful information. That is where they phish you. That is why they will not phish you within ONPASSIVE. So when you talk about OMail, ODEX, you are still into ONPASSIVE. Just put yourself out of ONPASSIVE. When you go to your wallet, you withdraw what you withdraw. You put it in your bank account. Then you start to do your normal day-to-day transaction out of ONPASSIVE. What happened then? Using your laptop. That's what we are trying to say here. And I think these guys, they will just nail it. I don't know if the founders really get it. So maybe Bro Oliver want to throw in something in there.
No, Collins, you just nail it. You just nail it. Think your life out of ONPASSIVE, because our own mail.ai is secure. There's no spam folder there. When you go to Gmail, Google, you see spams folder, junk mail, spams what folders. You don't have those type. We don't have any of those things in our own mail. We don't have them. So think your life out of, like Connie just said, think your life out of ONPASSIVE. One other tip also, the good thing with ONPASSIVE is that we are going to have our wallet, we are going to have our e-commerce, or shop. We'll shop and pay within wallet. That is the beauty. So you will not use your credit card, so you are safe within. That's another thing that like Auntie Lynn just said that she likes to shop online. Now you shop and use your wallet to pay. You move money, you pay through your wallet, So you will not pay again that you cash money to go. No. We have e-commerce, we have shop and the rest. So that is within ONPASSIVE. We are safe, but your life out of ONPASSIVE. That is what we are trying to prevent, to talk about here. Thank you.
Are we good? All right. Let's move on to Ma'ayan Asukwo. Oliver, what do you do if you need to pay for a product by contactless touch? Contactless touch, which I don't even know what that means, but maybe you folks know.
Yeah, what is contactless touch?
Oh, my
No,
husband says it's credit card. Credit.
I think the card we have here is contactless. So you can just go, you just touch it like Apple Pay and all of those things, and then they are all contactless.
Okay.
So you just swipe it and it goes like contact.
He just said it.
Swiping things.
I think Oliver just said it. Wallet.
That's contactless touch.
So you have a card. It can be debit card or credit card, but they are contactless. So you don't put your PIN, but you just put yes, and then the system will just take the money out straight away without you putting any details.
I think the question is asking how do you pay for a product with a contactless card, right?
It says contactless touch, TOUCH.
Yeah, touch like you
yeah.
you have your credit card, and they just put the machine like this. You touch the card on top, and then
it's like Apple card.
Oh,
yeah,
Apple Pay, yeah.
Most of our card is just like that. Our credit and debit card.
It's still the same thing.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Anywhere you go, you have to be careful. That's what Oliver just said.
It's limited to 100 pounds a day. So
yes.
If you spend 101 pounds, you cannot use the contactless. You need to put your PIN now because it's maximum to 100. Before it used to be 30, and then because of COVID, they increased it to 100. So now, if you go to shop like you spend 102 pounds, you cannot use the contactless. They will ask you to put your PIN number in. So it's limited up to 100 pounds. It's not above 100 pounds. Yeah, it's limited.
Yeah, but also remember that your information is there. No matter how you use the card, your information is there.
Yeah, but
the information is your information don't want to protect.
The contactless is compulsory because I went to the bank myself. I said, in case maybe you lost your card in the street, someone grabbed your card, you can use it 100. And then the bank said, you can tell us that you don't need it. We stop. So your card, we can stop all your card from contactless. So you can use only the PIN. So it's up to customer. If you want, you can go ahead, but you can go to the bank and say, I don't want that because it's very dangerous. Because anyone take my card, they can use it and then they can shop. Yeah, so it's very dangerous. Right.
So Vincent, if you don't mind, if you can take a peek at the question in the Q&A, it is in French. Yeah. You can just let us know if it's relevant to our topic today. All right. So now we go on to Ma'ayan Asukwo with a second question, which is how can a hacked email be retrieved?
First of all, you have to uninstall. There's probably if an email is hacked, that means there's probably malware in that computer. So you have to remove the malware in the computer, and then you try to reset your password. So that's what I would recommend you do.
Okay, hold on one second. All right, so now we go on to Tina and Michael Go. Tina Go, our tech lover in Singapore, and she's saying there are many cloned Facebook and Messenger accounts. Is this a form of spear phishing, or is it considered hacking? How can we protect ourselves from this situation? Should I repeat the question? There are many cloned Facebook and Messenger accounts. Is this a form of spear phishing, or is it considered hacking? How
Okay.
can we protect ourselves from this situation?
Okay, so from my knowledge, yeah, I think when I finish, my brothers can add anything when say, because we have angler phishing. The angler phishing is relatively a new attack vector, like social media offers several ways, like for criminals, this is a social media attack. They call it angler phishing. So this is another way so what is a fake URL? They clone your website, the post and the tweet. So, and even the instance messaging. So this is also is like another way of smashing phishing. So all this is they use it to persuade the people, or maybe divulgate or insensitive information, or download malware to your computer. So I will say this is another way the criminal use to attack people using posts on social media, or to create highly target attacks. So they call it angler phishing.
All righty. Any more responses to that?
Or what is like we've been stalking. Take extra precaution. Take extra precaution with your bank information, your personal information, whatever, your social media. When you're in social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, take extra precaution. That's all what we'll say.
Because yeah, as Oliver said, Bob, Vincent, we've just been saying this. So they can clone the site. These people, they are professional.
Mm-hmm.
But why would you want to give your personal information, all your details on social media? I don't do that. I can't give all my details. Some people will go on social media, put their house address, their postcode, their zip code, their first name, date of birth, everything. You've just taken yourself and exposed it to the world, and that's where they'll get you. Some people are just crazy on this thing. So it's something that is not really, really nice, because you are not really sure what is going on. Once somebody gets your personal detail, it is finished. You'll be crying. Where did I get my details? You give it yourself. You give it yourself.
Yeah, if you're on social media and you're putting your real information on these social media sites, you're insane. I get wished happy birthday probably 30 times a year because it's a different date on every site. I never give them my real information. It's just silly. Yeah. And as far as a duplicate site that someone will come on and recreate a site trying to be you, it's like Oliver says, you have to protect yourself. I haven't gone on Facebook for probably 6 months now. I do not go on Facebook anymore. And most people know that. If they see me on Facebook, it's not me. And as ONET comes out and we have a secure place where we can get together and do our thing, that's when I'll get re-involved with the social platforms. So that's it, Lynn. Go ahead.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, so now we go on to Vincent. Is that question that's written in French, is that relevant to our topic?
Oh, is it a question? Oh, let me come.
I think it's the first question. If you scroll up
at the very top.
the first question on the
In the meantime, while he's reading that, let's go on to Michelle Weaver from the United States. She says, can Oliver place the security information in the chat or in the Q&A? I guess the product that he was showing with the internet security product. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next question is Rose Kimani. Okay. Do you go to your computer setting to click the tick box? She's probably referring to what was said earlier about enabling the firewall. Remember, we had to tick the box, but maybe we just explain it to her in layman's terms. So she wants to know, do we have to click the tick the box? I think she means, do we tick the box, make a tick mark to enable the firewall?
Yeah, so it's tick the box. When you tick the box and then you enable it. When you untick it, you disable it.
That's right.
Okay, hopefully that's clear to you, Rose. So in the box, you tick it. That means you you make the firewall work. And if you don't want the firewall to work, you click it again and take the tick mark away. So the square will have nothing in it. That means the firewall is not working. But once you click the box, you tick it, the firewall will start working. Hopefully that's clear to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this person, Gio again go from Italy says, is it going to harm a person? No, is it going to cause harm if a person starts earning before they start to secure their computers or cell phones because they could not afford it before? Is it going to be too late for that, please? Thank you for all your fantastic efforts.
No, what we are saying now is you just be cautious, you know, just be cautious on what you do, your environment, the emails that you get right now, the emails that you click, just be very, very cautious. We're giving you all the steps that you need to do for precautions. And then when you start earning your money, then you upgrade your devices. You go get the latest laptops and the latest iPhones and stuff like that. Just err on the side of caution now. That's what we're saying. You should be fine.
All right. Thank you. I think those are the questions relevant to the topic today. I did not address anything I thought was support related. Oh, go ahead, Vincent.
They said it's asking a question that my question is to find out the security concern about Google. Is it good to give our password to Google? I think someone answered this kind of question. It's like we use Google to put all our password. Is it a good idea to do that? So this is what the person
What they're asking.
Yeah, he's asking. Yeah.
We said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, because you put yourself at the risk. Because if
no.
anyone hack your computer or laptop, they can get access to all your password, you put it there, and then you are finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the answer is
no. Some people always tick the box when they say save password, say yes. I said never.
No, never save your password.
Yeah, never save your password online.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes.
Because if anyone hack your computer, it's finished. You get all your information. So it's not safe to do that.
All right. Yeah. Well, I do think that we covered all the questions that were relevant today in the Q&A. So we thank all of you attendees for being here. Thank you for actively participating. The chat was very active as well. And we love it when you interact with one another. We appreciate all of you for being here. We had a really good turnout. And we do hope that we provided you value and that you will come back next week, Saturday at 11 a.m. We'll have a new topic for you. We will have the OTECH pros here, and I believe we're going to have Mike Ellis as well as Marty DeGarmo for the next few weeks. Is that correct, Mike? We can have your contribution. Thank you so much. You add so much to our webinars. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
These guys are keeping us safe. How can you miss this? This is your business.
Right.
If you want to keep your money, come listen, and you'll be in really, really good shape.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's right. Isn't this a free education, as we say? It's a free
Absolutely.
education.
And if you went on, if you actually paid somebody to do these things, you're going to be paying them thousands of dollars, guys.
Yeah.
That is right. All right.
Thank you.
So thank you again for being here. Join us next Saturday. I want to also say that what we have coming up this weekend is the Papua New Guinea webinar, which is at 12 midnight Eastern Daylight Time. And our tech pros will be there to address the same topic of security, phishing, and spear phishing. And then on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have the weekly Heroes webinar. It is a public webinar. We will have Andy Burks and Collins Mana give an update, a corporate update about what's happening within ONPASSIVE. And then we will have the OTECH pros present. And then we will have a very active, interactive session with Comfort, asking questions of our leaders and our OTECH pros. So we do hope that you will join us. The links to all of these webinars are posted in the back office. And because Heroes is a public webinar and PNG is a public webinar. They are also posted in the Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, Facebook, and more. So you will find these links. If you're looking, you will find them. So please be engaged, please be active, learn as much as you can. Things are moving and shaking within ONPASSIVE. Let's get excited. Thank you so much for supporting OTECH Pros, and we'll see you next week, Saturday. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.